Hello there. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your mid-month of May. Happy birthday to all you Taurians who are still having your birthday, to those who have already had your birthday, and of course we're moving into Gemini season. So I should say happy birthday to all Geminis out there as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing a 4-card spread today. I will be using the Mystical Tarot, and it's by Guiliano, Costa. So I will be putting all the names of the decks that I'm using. As you already know, the astrology cards that I always use, everything will be in the description box below. I will be taking 3 LENORMAND as well, and my usual SIBILLA cards. So hope that everyone is good. We're having a full moon in Scorpio on the 18th of May. I suppose it depends on where you are in the world. Today's actually the 14th of May when I'm doing these readings. 14th and 15th they will be completed. And as I was saying, full moon in Scorpio on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world. So we know that Scorpio is very deep. Scorpio is very passionate, and Scorpio loves to connect on a very deep and profound level. So we're all going to be feeling these energies. So it's all about truth and getting to the bottom of things. And Scorpio is a very sexual sign as well. So a lot to do around intimacy and our deepest, most darkest thoughts, feelings, emotions. So that's going to be interesting to see what will be culminating, because full moons are a culmination. What will be culminating on or around the full moon. So, all right, on to the readings. I won't keep you long. Thank you again. Let's go on to the readings. Hello, dear Taurus. Welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. Let's see what's going on for you on this birthday month of yours. So this is the mid-month of May reading 2019. It's a love and general reading. So let's take 4 cards for you. So you know that this full moon that will be happening on the 17th or 18th of May is actually in your 7th house of partnership and relationships. So that's going to be very interesting for you, dear Taurus. Okay, let's take your cards. Okay, in the present position, we have the 9 of Wands. In the distant past, the Fool, Major Arcana. In the recent position, we have the 5 of Wands. In your crowning position, we have the King of Swords. Oopsie daisy. And the outcome for you, dear Taurus, is the 2 of Swords. So indecision. Indecision. Something went to take off and it did not actually take off. It's like an airplane that's ready to take off, and then it has to, or I should say even land, and it has to do the go around again because there is something ahead. There is some sort of blockage that you're dealing with, dear Taurus. At the bottom, we've got the Page of Cups, which is really, it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Page of Cups is an offer of love. Sometimes it can be even an apology. So I'm going to take an astrology card for you. Oh my God, I can't even do these. I haven't used the astrology cards for a while and they're very big. Let's see astrologically what it is affecting you and how things are going in that sector. We may also get an indication of the signs sun, moon, or rising, of course, for Taurus. Let's take this card. And Taurus, you have the 12th house and escape. So the 12th house is the natural house of Pisces. And therefore, escapism, some of you may be trying to drown out your sorrow, whatever. Escape could mean in your mind. It could also mean, because the house of Pisces is all about, you know, medicinal usage, drugs, anything that will help you to escape the reality, because, you know, the 12th house is naturally ruled by Neptune, and Neptune can be also illusions. So I feel as though some of you are seriously battling. When I mean battling, fighting for the truth. There is some sort of lack of clarity that you are looking for. You are looking for some truth where, you know, you could have some sort of an ending, because, as I said, 12th house is always about endings. Now, for you, your 12th house is Aries, and the Fool card at the base, at the root of your reading, that's the energy of Aries, which is something that you are wanting to begin. But your ruler, Venus, she's actually at the last degree. She's at 28.5 degrees of Aries. So I do believe that once Venus moves into Taurus, which will be in about a day and a bit, things will be different. So 12th house is a 36 and it adds up to a 9. You're near the point of making a decision. I do believe that we've got another 9 here, so that means that whatever you've built, you are protecting. Some of you could even be keeping someone out of your business. I can see through this card that you are protecting yourself and whatever you've built, whatever is around you, what's important to you. And this could even be in relation to business as well. You're probably wanting, or you've already, I should say, begun, you know, in the distant past with a Fool card. That is someone who is willing to take a risk. That is someone who, their warrior is coming out of them. So you're willing to take the risk, you're willing to fight for a new beginning, for something that you want to take off the ground. And that could be in any sector of your life. But then there's some sort of a hold-up, some sort of a blockage, I see. Now, in the recent past, you've got the 5 of Wands, and that's usually with a 5, it's you know, you're conflicted, you're not certain about your direction. So of course, this energy could be not only for you, it could be the person that you're involved with, romantically, whether it's business or otherwise, doesn't matter. 5 is a number of conflict, and of course, Wands are all about our vocation, our inspiration, what, you know, what pushes us to take action. Now, you've got Uranus in your sign, and Uranus is all about change. So you've already taken some sort of a leap forward, but I feel as though you're dealing with some sort of a piece of the puzzle that's missing. And because, you know, the 12th house is very Neptunian, there is something that you're confused about. But having the King of Swords in your crowning area, this is the position of what's in your mind. So you want the truth. You want to be able to communicate the truth. You're holding the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about communication. It's all about, yes, cutting out what does not work for you. And I feel that you're looking very strong. You're in your power, but you're actually holding back on your emotions. There is passion here. If we're talking about love, there is passion. But I feel as though you are minding you're keeping your emotions intact. You're not showing them. You're not wanting to be vulnerable because, as I said, with the 2 of Swords, there's some sort of truth that you're waiting on some sort of an indecision. Now, the Page of Cups, which is the general energy here, means that there is an offer that's coming through. It could be from a water sign. Maybe, you know, this offer is coming towards you. Or maybe this could be the energy, you know, the offer of love that's going to be offered from you to someone else once you have the clarity that you are looking for. And I believe that some of you are actually doing your homework, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles here. And that means a lot of work for Taurus. And I know Taurus is usually very hardworking, and they put their best foot forward always. Some of you are really working hard and maybe even expecting an offer to come through, or maybe the offer's already come through and you're just trying to fine-tune. I feel as though there is a clearing of the slate for Taurus at this time. You're trying to clear the slate, do business in an orderly fashion. And when I say business, it could be any sort of business, right? Not even just work, even your love life. Beneath that is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, you have already begun something. Some of you are already waiting for some sort of an offer to come through. I think that some of you Taurians have been working very hard on a project that you have already begun. And that, again, could be dealing with, because the Ace of Pentacles could be any sort of a beginning, could be around love, your stability, your financial prosperity. You've begun something that has got a lot of potential, and a lot of you are working very hard on that. You could even be working in a group. That's what I usually see with this Five of Wands, and in this deck especially, there's 5 people that are in this all together. So they're working very hard, but there is some sort of I feel as though Taurus, you need to take the lead. That's what this card is telling me. And don't look at it as from an emotional perspective, right? Not until you're looking at the facts. That's what I want to say. You're looking at the facts. You're doing the calculations, because I feel as though for a lot of you, this is your energy. Now, others of you, you could be dealing with someone who's got strong air, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. We've also got fire here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But because we've got the Aries card here, I feel as though maybe Taurus has got the Aries in their chart. But just as an energy speaking, it is you're starting a brand new cycle. This is Major Arcana. So you're starting a brand new cycle, but because this is the 12th house, you can't see it. It's something that is hidden from you. So we can't see what's going on in our 12th house. And as I said, your ruler, Venus, is at the last degree. So it's as though Venus will be reborn in the next couple of days. So that's going to give you a lot of incentive to move forward with things that you love, with new projects. I feel as though your creativity and your love for things, for just in general, whatever you're dealing with, your love is going to come back for either projects that you're dealing with, your values, whatever makes you feel good, Taurus. I think Taurus will be feeling really, really good. And I wonder what the surprise will be in about 5 days. So around the 19th, your planet, Venus, will be right on top of Uranus. So that could mean sudden revelations of love, communication, with, about love, sudden messages coming through about your values. Maybe you are sending out those messages. Maybe because Uranus it does remind me of the judgment energy. So it's an awakening that you will be going through. So let's take 3 Lenormand for you, dear Taurus, and see what we have for you. So you have the heart. There you go. The heart is where, the home is where the heart is, but also your heart needs to be, it's as though it's not in the position that it should be. So you're not aligned, your heart is not aligned with your highest purpose, I would say. So I feel as though you need to tweak something, dear Taurus, and that could be around communication, even putting in the work, of course, being open with your heart as well. Let's see what else we've got. And we've got the sun, beautiful. You know, the sun is all about true love. The sun is clarity, it's healing, it's children, it's for those of you that have had health issues and you've been trying to escape some sort of a situation, let's say whatever you've been going through in the past has had its, it's been a burden for you. But, you're almost at the 10 here with the 9 of Wands. You're almost there, dear Taurus. Let's take another card. And we've got the trees. So for those of you that have had health issues because of difficult times, difficult situations that you've been dealing with, you're at the end of the cycle, with the 12th house here and with your ruler being in your 12th house. I believe that for you, it's as though your year ahead, your solar return is beginning now. So that's a beautiful, beautiful message that I just received for you. It's as though you're beginning again, you're beginning a brand new cycle, and you're being quite decisive about it. Notice that little egg that's at his feet here. So that's new life, that's newness. Okay, so I want to take a couple more cards. So yes, you may be dealing with someone who probably has fire. We've got 2 cards, 2 wands cards here, and 2 swords. So air and fire, and that can be quite explosive. And that Mars, which will be talking with Mars and Venus are catching up in a sextile in the next few hours. So this could be explosive communications between lovers. Sometimes if it's not, when I say explosive, it could speak of passion and not just, an argument. I don't really see arguments here. Maybe a little bit of conflict with the 5 of Wands, differences of opinion, but nothing that you can't work through. With the Page of Cups being at the general energy position, I feel that this will not go astray, this offer. And we've got the little seahorse there. This is all about luck. Being lucky. I believe that around this offer there is luck there. Let's take a card on this 2 of Swords. And we've got the Queen of Swords. Wow. So the King and the Queen of Swords. Very interesting indeed. So it's all about communication. Taurus, you need to be able to open up and communicate. The tree here is also about health. It's about long life, and it's about generational wealth. This is amazing energy, this is. This promises stability, longevity, love, true love, and family. So let's look at the King of Swords I'd like to look at right now. And we've got the 9 of Cups. So communication is the key, Taurus. It's all about communicating and not being frightened to speak from the heart. Let your heart be open. And try not to hold back, because it is a special time to communicate right now. You've got the King and the Queen of Swords. So, and you know, it doesn't always mean that you're dealing with air, someone who's got air sign, strong air in their chart. It could also mean that it's more important to communicate honestly. I think honesty is very important here. Let's look at the Nine of Wands, right in the middle, in the now position. And we've got the Temperance. Beautiful. Temperance is all about healing. It's the angels, right? Sagittarian energy, and a lot to do with foreigners. Maybe you are dealing with someone who could be from a different background to you, different culture, at a distance, living at a distance. There is some sort of a decision, because I feel that you are the King of Swords, right? Therefore, you are dealing with the Queen of Swords, who it could be this person who it is necessary for them to make the decision. And there will be news and communication. There are two little birds. There are two birds right there. So news is coming through. I want to take one more card on that position, on the outcome. And the Six of Cups. We've got a lot of cups, dear Taurus, so there is a lot of emotion. I think that you need to move away from the facade that you've been hiding behind that sword, I would say. You're not talking about what is very important to you and what is in your heart. And I feel that that's the most important message, that you need to be open to communicate about what you feel within your heart. And love is here for you. Look at that. Look at that. Whatever comes to light, whatever is communicated, is going to give you a new lease on life. Let's take one card on the Page of Cups. I want a bit more clarity about this offer that's coming through. And we've got the Three of Wands. And that is looking across the seas. This is expansion and growth. You've already sent out those ships. You've done the work. What you need now is to either wait, either you're waiting or you're dealing with someone who's waiting on an offer that's coming through from you. So let's take a couple of Sibillas, dear Taurus. Now, patience is necessary, and you are very patient, obviously. Something is being worked on your behalf. This is a major arcana card. Now, Sagittarius is where Jupiter is in its own rulership, and it's working on your behalf. It is retrograde, and therefore, you know, with retrogrades, it's like you need to put more energy, more work into the finer details. Now, even though Sagittarius is very grandiose and expansive, while it's retrograde, I think that it's time always with retrograde to have to turn inwards, look at the finer details. Let's see what this King of Swords is in the crowning area. And why are you like that? Why are you closed off? Why is your heart protected? We've got pleasant conversations around the table. This is the Ace of Cups. So what that tells me is that there have been conversations, or there will be conversations, because this is in your, this is what you're thinking about. Here we've got the Queen of Wands, so you could be dealing with someone who has got Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Also, Leo is quite prominent. We do have Sagittarius as well, but I see the this Queen as very Leo. Why? Because she's very fiery. Of course, it can be any fire sign. We've also got Aries here. But with this Queen, because she is very open, very big on her emotions. She's very spontaneous, and she will not hold back on what she feels passionate about. But there is some sort of a sacrifice. Maybe the sacrifice is being asked from this Queen And I'm going to take another card. So we've got two like cards of emotions. We've got hearts everywhere. And here we've got the three of swords. This is the Vedovo. So what I'm thinking is that there are three people here. So could this queen be involved? Could this queen be sacrificing something from her past? Could this queen, and when I say queen, it could even be king, could this be someone who's going through divorce? And that's why you are showing up as the King of Swords here. Maybe you were dealing in the past with a love triangle. It's either you or your partner, and therefore that's why there could be trust issues, and that's why you're minding your heart. And the Nine of Cups, you know, can also be the card of escapism as well. Very Piscean. So for those of you that are dealing with some sort of a loss, because you know this is like the Three of Swords, someone is stuck in their past. You are mourning, either you or your partner are mourning something from the past that has really scarred you. Let's take another card, one more card. And you know, it could also have a lot to do with timing and time. Maybe you're mourning the loss of time because we've got the number 12, which is the Hangman, and it's always about waiting. Don't forget, we've got the Three of Wands here, which is waiting to see those ships coming through. One more card, and we've got the Namika, another 12. I do believe that it's got a lot to do with timing. Now here we've got two women and one man, and it can go any way. Doesn't really matter if it's two females and a male, it could be the other way around. What I can see is that you actually know who your enemy is, whether this is just time. For those of you that are dealing with two people, the mask is coming off and you're going to know who is your friend or who is your foe. Now that can go any way in your lives. For others of you that are dealing with two different people romantically, someone is showing that what they're not happy about. So whichever way that goes, the truth of something not being right will come to you. You will learn about it. Let's take another card. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Denaro. So this is security. This is stability. This is also financial prosperity, you know. And it's like the Ace of Pentacles. So I always see this. It's called the dollar, right? Denaro. So it's the Ace of Pentacles. So here we've got the Six of Cups. So some of you are dealing with someone from the past that you felt very secure with, and maybe money's got a lot to do with it. So someone may have gotten married or is living with someone for monetary reasons. But we've got the Ace of Cups here, you see. So the conversations will be made, will be had. Here we've got the Six of Cups, and again, Six of Cups can also always deal with children. What I feel that is that the truth that comes to you is going to be priceless. It's going to be worth a lot, and it's going to bring you into a point of balance. Here we've got another 6. It's like the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, a lot of thought going into matters at this time. The pensiero is very Virgo-ish. It's like the Hermit. So I think that a lot of you are seriously in the position you are at because of someone that is, there's soulmate energy here, right? And also because of children. And we've also got the Sun here. So I think that in a way, because you've got the Six of Cups twice, For those of you that are in committed relationships, or you've been living with someone, you probably share children, and I think that that's where the blockage has been. For some of you, you're letting go because we've got the King and the Queen of Swords. You've got a decision to make. So you're letting go of an air sign, I would say, and you're going for someone who's got strong fire. And when I say fire, it's either Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And we've also got Pisces, very strong Piscean energy here. I'm going to take one more Sibilla, dear Taurus. I do believe that by the end of May, or roughly there, you will be at the 6 of Cups. So that's a number of balance. It's a number of innocence. If there have been trust issues, I believe that the truth that will come to light, you'll be feeling extra strong, extra balanced, and you will be talking seriously and honestly about your values. And I think that that's where the balance will come. And therefore, whatever issues you've had health-wise, whatever's been draining you physically, will be balancing out. Let's take one more card. And we've got the Militare, which is the end of the suffering. Even though, yes, you've got the uphill battle, this is someone who's on a mission. He's a soldier. You've still got the oomph and the fight within you. And especially, as I said, with your ruler coming into your sign. What I see with this card is that it's Capricorn, right? Now, Capricorn is where Pluto, the South Node, and Saturn are. We all know that it's a very, very karmically challenging time right now. But with these, especially with these 3 LENORMAND that you have here, there is a lot of promise for you, dear Taurus. This is beautiful. I'm loving this energy for you. I know that we're all working through issues. I think the truth is what will open up the doorway for you. And, of course, persevering. And that's very Saturnian. Don't give up yet. You've got strength to go. This is the darkest before the dawn. It doesn't get any harder than this, okay? So I think, Taurus, it's just as a general message, I do believe that this cycle for you is changing. So planetarily, whatever is going on is giving you new beginnings. There are new beginnings, especially with the sun being in your sign. All right, I'd like to thank you so much to all of you for being here. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising signs. And I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon. I've got something in store. I might make the announcement before I actually upload the new videos. I've got something new to introduce to you. So stay tuned. Thank you again for being here, Taurus. Sending you all my love.